हेलो दोस्तों, आज मैं ईश्वर सुचित्रा मैम आपको मुंशी प्रेमचंद द्वारा लिखी गई एक मज़ेदार कहानी सुनाने वाले हैं। उस कहानी का नाम है पूष की रात। बट वी विल बी narrating the translated version of this story, the title of which is A Winter's Night by Munshi Premchand. Munshi Premchand is one of the most accomplished Indian writers, well known for his modern Hindi literature. Born in Lamhi, a village nearby Varanasi on July 31, 1880, Dhanpat Rai Srivastav went on to become one of India's greatest literary figures and popularly known by his pen name Munshi Premchand. His work such as Seva Sadan, Nirmala Bade Ghar Ki Beti and short stories including Idgah, Kafan and Namak Ka Daroga powerfully depict the society as it prevailed during his time. This story is about a farmer Halku. Farming is one of the noblest engagement for a man because it is through farming that the world gets food it requires. Farming is no easy work too. It requires the farmer to work hard day in and day out and even protect the field from wild animals. Unlike most of the other professions we see today, farming is completely dependent on nature. Any unexpected change in the climate and season can affect farming significantly. The protagonist of this story, Halku, was a tenant farmer. Tenant farming was a common practice during olden days. A tenant farmer does not have ownership of the farm. The farmer, along with his family, toil in the farm and takes care of it. The yield of the crops and money received out of it is given to the owner whenever he demands it, so the farmer always remains poor. The story begins with Halku approaching his wife Munni and letting her know that the landlord has come and is asking for money. Both of them had somehow managed to save 3 rupees so that they could buy a blanket for Halku. The winter was approaching when Halku used to sleep in the fields during the night to protect it from wild animals. Without a blanket in the month of January, it would be very cold to spend night in the field. Munni was definitely not happy about giving this money and so asked Halku to tell the landlord that they would pay him the money after the harvest.
But Halku came closer to Munni and hesitantly explained to her that if he does not give the money now, the landlord is going to threaten and insult him. This bitter truth in Halku's words pierced Munni's heart. Which wife would be able to tolerate her husband being insulted by anyone? Immediately she went inside, got the money and gave it to Halku and requested him to give up this work of farming. She told him that if he works as a hired laborer, he would earn more than this and at least get enough food to eat. Halku hesitantly took the money from her and handed over to the landlord. He was feeling so heavy in his heart because they both had saved this money bit by bit after so much of hard work, and now he had to give it to the landlord. His head sank lower thinking about the burden of his poverty. January arrived. Halku did not have an option but to spend the cold winter nights too in the fields. He had built a shelter of cane leaves at the edge of his field. Halku wrapped himself in an old shawl and was lying on a bamboo cot under the shelter. The other company he had was his dog, Zebra, who was lying underneath his cot, pressing his nose against his body and making a soft sound of distress. Halku patted Zebra's cold back and told him that he should not have accompanied Halku to the fields and stayed home in the warmth. Both could not sleep due to the chilling weather, and Halku started explaining to Zebra that this is what a farmer gets for the hard work he does while someone else enjoys the benefit. Zebra looked at Halku with passionate eyes. Halku was moved by that. Looking in Zebra's eyes, that he said tomorrow he shall get some straw for him to lie down so that Zebra does not feel cold. Zebra must have understood what Halku said. Immediately, he put his paws on Halku's knees and brought his nose close to it. Feeling the warmth of Zebra's breath, Halku gently picked him up and put him on his lap, though Jabra had a stinky smell in his body. Halku hugged him tightly with the same affection he would have felt for a brother. As they both lay there, Jabra picked the noise, some disturbance of some animal. He ran out of the shelter and began to bark. Very loudly, children. Began to bark very loudly. Jabra kept on barking, but Halku was chilling in the cold weather that he did not have the strength to go and look at the fields. Halku उठा भी नहीं अपनी फील्ड को देखने के लिए. Halku felt as if ice was running through his veins, but there was still time for it to be morning. So Halku decided to pick a pile of leaves from the nearby mango grove and make a fire from it to keep him warm. Jabra followed him to the mango grove. Halku gathered enough leaves and lit a fire that gave him the warmth he needed and stretched his feet and sat there. The leaves had all burned up, yet Halku felt like sitting next to the warm ashes and started feeling drowsy. अब Halku को नींद आने लगी थी. Jabra again ran back into the fields and went on barking and barking. Jabra भौंके जा रहा था ये सोचकर कि उसकी फील्ड में कौन आ गया है. Halku understood that a pack of animals had entered the fields, but he was feeling so comfortable in the mango grove that he didn't feel like getting up and chasing the animals. Soon he fell asleep. थोड़ी ही देर में Halku सो गया और ये जानते हुए कि बहुत सारे जानवर उसकी फील्ड में घुस गए हैं और पूरी फील्ड को तहस नहस कर सकते हैं, Halku उठा ही नहीं. When he woke him up in the morning, the sun was already high in the sky. Muni informed him that while he was having a fine time sleeping there, the entire field was ruined. पूरी फील्ड खराब कर दी, पूरा खेत खराब कर दिया जानवरों ने. They both walked to the edge of the land and saw that the whole field had been trampled. Muni was sad that now her husband will have to find some other way out to earn money, to pay off the rent and taxes to the landlord. But Halku was content that he will no longer have to sleep the nights in the fields anymore. Both looked at the distress differently. दोनों का कितना अलग नजरिया है. One with sadness, but the other with contentment. एक बहुत ही दुखी है और एक को संतोष है कि चलो अब मुझे फील्ड में नहीं सोना पड़ेगा. Through this story, Munshi Premchand depicted the life of a tenant farmer. In a normal scenario, a farmer might even end his life if his fields get ruined. But Premchand has beautifully described how to look at the positive side of everything and live life with contentment. Here on screen you see all the illustrations done by Ishu. She had put enormous effort in bringing out her imagination over the paper and enriching our experience of listening to the story. Ishu, I even appreciate your effort of patiently redoing and doing the voiceovers again and again. It was nice. You made it to perfection, Ishu. Thank you. Hope to see you all again with a new story. Bye from both of us. Take care.